All right, y'all.
We're back.
We're back. We're Black and White Randomz podcast. I'm T, aka Sky. This is
Trish.
Alrighty, guys. Pretty much a podcast where we talk about a bunch of random things.
Yep.
Literally.
Pretty much different every episode. We've had a couple repeats here and there, but mostly it's all been something different every one.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes our opinions can be changing too, so you never know.
Yeah, we'll revisit. Also, we're open to suggestions, so if you have one, send it to us.
Just go check out some of our old episodes or whatever, like content. Not it is what it is. Thanks for watching.
Right.
However, we are on multiple platforms. Just try to find us on one of them. YouTube.
Apple Music.
Spotify.
Amazon. Podcast, we're up on there. A whole bunch, y'all. We're losing track at this point. We submitted to everything, just about everything we can submit to.
Pretty much. Alrighty, guys. So, anywho.
Okay.
First topic.
All right.
How addicted to cheese do you feel Americans are?
Oh, that's random. That's one of the most random. A lot. I think more than we should be, and the unhealthy types of cheeses too. I feel like all the processed, the over processed. Like generally, it's just not. It's not a good relationship that Americans have with cheese at this moment in time.
No, I feel like if you have any grocery store that's similar to like a Wegmans. I don't know if you guys have Wegmans wherever you live.
Man,
I don't feel like they're all across the United States, but they are at least in Maryland. And I think there was a couple in PA while we went.
Yeah.
Listen.
They will let you know how uncultured you are about cheese.
Because Lord knows it's so much cheese that it's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
And I guess like I feel like at most restaurants, like half the menu has items that have cheese in them. Or some type Like it's ridiculous. Like
it's, for real. Yeah, it's bad.
And like it makes you think like, dang, like are we really like addicted to cheese over here?
Yeah. And like I said, the unhealthy ones.
Yeah. I feel like more women over here are like cheeseheads than men. Because like I remember being a kid and just like going to the fridge, give me a fresh slice of cheese.
You are still known to do that.
And I'm still
to this day.
I'm not as bad as I was when I was
No.
Like it's not an everyday occurrence, but like
no,
I'll have like a craving to just go and get cheese.
Yeah.
Which, if you know anything about how cheese actually breaks down the body, it creates mucus at a point because it's a dairy product, and dairy products usually create mucus in the body or whatever.
They do.
Which can lead to a lot of health issues or whatever, and inflammation and whatever else.
Right.
So probably not one of the healthiest things you can eat, and I believe it's also high in cholesterol.
Yeah,
I want to say.
I believe both of those are true. So yeah, it's definitely not the best thing you could be snacking on.
Considering I can't really drink milk, I should probably not be eating cheese. But I don't have this like cheese doesn't give me the same effect on my body as like milk ice cream.
No. Yeah. Also, I feel like that would be. I don't know if you have the willpower to completely try to cut it out. Not yet. You'll have it, but like if you try to go cold turkey, girl.
Well, some cheese.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like this
cold turkey.
At least maybe this upcoming fast will help me not have it.
Maybe
for a while. So
maybe
I don't know. I'm only gonna like I can't fast up into like actual Christmas itself because I know like the food in the house, so my mom's gonna be cooking. Like
I'm baking. Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe after that. Well, then after that, my birthday comes, so that's out.
I mean, that's how. I mean, I still can fast. That would just be my cheat day at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's just I don't know. Oddly enough, I don't know. I just feel like as a society, Americans eat a lot of cheese. I can't speak for anywhere outside of America, but
I agree. I agree with that.
It's a thing.
Yeah, I agree.
We have a whole state that's dedicated to cheese.
Sure do.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. So next topic. Red pill content has destroyed the minds of men.
Okay.
At least the ones who were looking for any excuse because they were severely damaged
Mm.
by someone.
Mm. Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's a statement.
It's mm-hmm. Then I don't have a counter
Do
to
you
it because
believe
I
it's
would.
true? Yay or nay?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
And also, I think a lot of inexperienced dudes started listening to them.
yeah, which also doesn't help frame their mind too, because
Mm-hmm.
like they're younger, and even some of the older ones that hadn't had too much experience,
Mm-hmm.
being homebodies and whatever else. Um, I feel like that is the worst content that you can fill your brain with as a
Yeah,
man. Period.
it is.
Um, and to be honest, a lot of the habits that they bark at them aren't really masculine, and they don't realize that they're not masculine. It's because it's coming from another man. They assume
Right.
that it is masculine. Is not.
It's not.
Um,
No, it's
a
not.
lot of those behaviors are very boyish, like boyish and immature as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
I don't know. The advice is just like really reckless.
It is.
And it's gonna ruin a lot of homes and families or
Mm-hmm.
potential families that might have
Or
been
never create them.
or never create them.
Yeah.
Like they are offering some of the world's worst advice, and it's gotta stop. They are not licensed therapists.
Nope.
They are not people that you should be taking advice from.
No. Also, women, you've got to
They,
stop responding to that. Because there are some women who respond to that.
I mean, also they tap in to men that are weak.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more that they yap, they're getting in these men's mind. They're creating a bunch of crybabies too. Like they're creating men that are starting to go into women's posts and say all types of crazy stuff, or feel a type of way because a woman has an opinion about something. Like, what made y'all think that like some of these spaces that women are operating in is appropriate for you to even be in?
Right.
But also a lot of these red pill men, like the fact that y'all want to bring these women on y'all show and tear them down in public is like wild to me.
Yeah.
None of us agree that it's really great for them to be doing OnlyFans. Now you have
No.
people that will be like agreeable to a certain extent, like well they're grown adults, so whatever.
That's pretty much my opinion on you. You grown. You know what you're doing. And there you go.
I
You
mean,
make a grown
honestly, I don't agree
decision.
with either the red pill dudes nor the OnlyFans chicks.
I really
All of
don't
that stuff
either,
is
but
damaging. Period. Point blank.
I agree with that. But like we said, you can't control a grown adult. Whether we agree with it or not, we think it's a good idea. You can't control a grown adult. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
I don't know.
I can't stop you.
Overall, to the family unit, red pill talk is
It's
definitely
detrimental.
super detrimental. And a lot of those dudes that be on there yapping about them girls being the way that they are, the reason why a lot of them are pissed off is because these potentially women that they were never going to be able to obtain in the first place, even if they weren't on OnlyFans. So, and while also potentially contributing to a lot of these girls that are on OnlyFans,
True.
which is wild to me. Like you're gonna be arguing about her yapping about her having the OnlyFans,
right?
But then like you also in the same breath sitting there doing whatever because you have a need at the time and you putting in money and time and whatever else it is,
right,
to support these women.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you want to consume it, but you want to condemn it at the same time. Those two things don't go together. It's one or the other.
And a lot of them OnlyFans girls are starting to see like that money, all money not good money.
It's not.
Just because you getting it fast, I'm able to now do this and do this and do this for myself. Yeah, and you also about to be by yourself. So at the end of the day, like neither one of these sides of the coin, like these dudes, like, yeah, I want to be the breadwinner, but I also don't want no bum. But most dudes don't really also care, and I'm not saying those specific red pill dudes because they be all over the place sometimes in their conversation. Because like you gonna talk about you want her to be, old school. You want her to have old school values and all that, but y'all want to get all the money, take care of the household. But then y'all also want the free reign to run around and do whatever it is that you do personally outside of your home.
Right.
Thus, potentially creating a broken home. Like all this stuff don't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. Y'all need to figure it out.
Yeah. Swiftly.
Expeditiously, in the words of T.I. Anyway. All right. So moving on.
Okay.
If right now
Okay.
This is a hard one for me because of who I am and how I think. Your
Oh,
top five
that.
favorite movies.
Ooh, I could probably come up with the top 5 a lot quicker than you could.
Probably.
All right. So if you're not watching, if you've never watched, you wouldn't have peeped this. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I put all the movies up there for me. For me, huge fan. Steel Magnolias would be up there for me. Grease.
Mhm.
Aladdin is my all-time favorite Disney movie.
Okay.
Have to put that there. And then my fifth, probably Dirty Dancing. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna spit out 5 off the top, real quick, that's it.
You went with a couple classics. I'm here for it.
Right.
Um, I don't want to use a particular order for mine. I'm
Okay.
just gonna say
Yeah, I was gonna say
mine
that wasn't
and
necessarily in order
and
for
rank
me
them.
either.
I'm gonna say the labyrinth.
Mm.
Um, I'm also going to go the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Um, I don't know what it is about this Christmas, but that is like one of my favorite like movies
You do
for
watch
whatever
that
reason.
almost every
I
year.
love this Christmas. Um, I'm gonna go with Tomb Raider. If I had to combine one and two, that's my favorite. We will
Okay.
combine them into one. Um, and probably the second Underworld movie.
I knew one of them Underworlds was gonna be in there
Yeah, probably the Underworld 2. Like
specifically.
specifically.
Okay.
Because remember they went back and did like
Well,
the
see,
prequel.
I've only seen the one. Y'all had me watch the one. We never watched the other ones. We keep saying we're going to. We
Hold on,
haven't.
did you watch the original one?
No.
Or did you watch
We
two?
went to see one of the one in theaters, so I think it was
That was
2.
the very last one. Like that was in order of like the
Yeah,
regular
so I've
sequels
never
or
seen.
whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
That was like the third one. It was terrible. They could have did better than that. They like threw that together. That movie probably like an hour some change, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
I can. Okay,
but yeah, on the list of all my films,
not necessarily in order, but yeah.
mm-mm.
Okay, I can see that. First time I watched Aladdin with my daughter, y'all, I drove her nuts. I said every line, I sang every song. Mommy, can you stop? No,
I know she ain't talking because it's
exactly.
my goddaughter, y'all. And
She
listen,
can talk
because
about.
I tried to watch Moana with her, and I never watched another movie with
Little
child.
Remember the Little
And then
Mermaid too.
yes, until she stops talking during the film, she wanted to talk. Oh, loud mouth. Anyway,
Mommy, can you stop? No, I can't. No, I can't. Cannot.
now she got her taste. She got a taste of her own
She
medicine.
sure did, and I enjoyed every second of it.
All right,
Uh
so top five movie villains.
huh. Ooh. Ooh.
I feel like at least one of ours is gonna be the same, guaranteed.
I'm gonna put this one out first. Specifically, Angelina Jolie's Maleficent.
That was gonna be the one of mine
Specifically,
too.
her
Yeah,
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Interesting.
Yeah. I need them to come on with another one. Let's see. Simply because he scared the crap out of me, and I was grown when that movie or late teen. I don't know. What was his name in Princess and the Frog? Facilier? Him?
Yes.
He was creepy as shit. He was creepy, and he was based loosely actually off of Jafar. Jafar never really freaked me out, but he was based loosely off of Jafar, they said. I'm gonna put him up there. Um, hmm, let me think. Oh, oh, another Harry Potter. Dolores Umbridge. If you know, you know. I hate that. That's one of those love the actress, hate the character. That actress played her so well.
Oh,
That's one of those. Yeah, she belongs up there. She belongs up there more than Voldemort. Let's see, who else? I got 2 left of the 5. Who else am I gonna put up there? Oh, when Alan Rickman did when he was in Robin Hood with Kevin Costner,
mm-hmm.
he was the bad. I forgot who he was.
I know you talking
His
about.
bad
I
guy
forgot.
was impressive. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more off the top of the head. Ooh. What else is a bad guy in a movie that freaks me out or that I can't stand? I don't know. I'm gonna think on my fifth for a second. Because I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'm gonna think on my fifth.
So obviously we can agree Maleficent is definitely one of them.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie's version of Maleficent for sure. Not that
Yes.
Disney.
No, not the Disney.
Not
We
her.
were referring to Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I would go with Thanos.
Oh yeah,
I hated him so much.
She's a much bigger movie buff than I am. I haven't seen all those movies.
Franchises. Magneto. Didn't really care for Magneto. He was a really good villain.
When they did his backstory, though, you kind of got the.
I got the gist, but like for him to be angry that all that long was like ridiculous.
Not all.
Yeah, damn.
He did take it a bit far. He took just a tad bit too far.
What am I on? 3?
Yeah.
I guess what was the villain from the original Pirates of the Caribbean? What was his name? Yeah, I couldn't stand his old name either.
Davy.
Yes.
Davy was creepy.
Yeah, he was creepy. I didn't like that.
Creepy.
Yeah,
Davy Jones was creepy.
And then I guess we can go David Bowie from when he was in the Labyrinth.
Okay.
Because he was technically the villain.
Okay. I came up with the fifth one while you were talking. Don't get smart with me because I'm not going to know who this is. Who was it in the second that Kristen Wiig played in the second Wonder Woman? Who was she? Because she went villain. Yeah. Because
Cheetah.
Right.
Cheetah was she kind of got on my nerves by the end.
Exactly.
Like, this villain crazy.
Yeah. I'm put her on there. Just more annoyance.
She really did play Cheetah really well.
Right. That's what you said at the time, but even then, like, girl.
She did.
You got everything that you wanted.
Wasn't nothing like the first one was like.
Yeah, the first one.
Oh my gosh! Right? If they make a third one, they need to bring all the writers and everything back from that first one.
Yeah. If God would stop having babies.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily because she's having babies. I think because they changed up some of the writers and casting crews.
Yeah, no, don't stop messing with when the formula works. Leave it alone.
They should have left that.
Yeah, y'all keep changing stuff
That's
up.
why DC movies ain't better than Marvel. Collectively,
I don't know enough to agree or disagree, but I'm gonna agree with her because generally I agree with her.
All right, next. So, should you marry a man you've never been in love with?
My first instinct is absolutely no.
I'm gonna speak for most women, and I'm gonna tell y'all, do not do that mess.
Yeah,
because most of y'all think that. And I'm specifically speaking to the ones that are marrying into a marriage, either A, because their self-esteem is low and they just want to be married for whatever reason, besides the fact that you just want to be married so bad that you're marrying this man. Or on the flip side, you're marrying for monetary purposes only. Like, that's the only thing that you saw was this man is making money. You will end up absolutely upset, unhappy, and unfulfilled in that marriage. And then the other way around, with, I guess, if you just want to be married, like if that guy really wants to marry you, you're going to end up hurting him at a point, or making him feel like less than and invalid and a bunch of other things. Like, it's not good either way you do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bunch of women out there that just really just want to be married just for the sake of being married.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
There are a lot.
Like, if you really don't want to marry that person, please don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's on the other side of the fence too. Men, like, if you don't want to do that, do not do it. It's a difference between I really want to be married to this person and I'm nervous because I'm about to get married versus, man, I'm just doing this because she wanted.
Because she's making me.
That's a whole ball game.
That too. And then also, like, right after I said yes, my mind started like my mind was chewing on this, and I was trying to figure out how to word it. That also, we're saying that we live in the US, right? We're not part of the cultures where they do the arranged marriages, because
Mhm.
a lot of those are not built on a foundation of love, but they turn into that. So we're not talking about those kind of, we're talking about like people that we can relate to. Like, I don't feel like I can tell someone who it's part of their culture to have an arranged marriage.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think I can talk
different
about
because
y'all.
we in
So,
Western culture, so
right, if you thought we were talking about you, we're not talking about you
and I'm
because
not
we don't
saying
know
arranged
enough.
marriages still don't happen in the United States because there's multiple
There
different
are
types of
absolutely
religions over
some.
here, so there's some. Probably the percentage is not high, but it's
No, but
few.
overall, like you said, I think a lot of it is insecurity and a self-esteem that people put themselves in those positions and end up
Just miserable,
and
and
they
that's part
have,
of the
like you
reason why
said
the United
before, they have
States.
the wedding. They don't want the marriage, they want the wedding.
That's part of the reason why marriage, the percentage of like successful marriages in the United States is becoming lower and lower
Mhm.
as the
I
years
would
go
agree with
on.
that.
But also, the internet has made people feel like other people are expendable or they don't have to work at their relationships,
True.
and they can get the benefit. But these dummies not thinking about the fact that, hey, stupid, you gotta get old one day.
Right.
All this running around back and forth, and you feeling like you entitled because you a part of the 1%, and I can't tell the 1% how to think because I don't have that much money. I feel like at a point a lot of them don't feel secure in a lot of the relationships they have or the people
Mhm.
that they're dating. But also, like, when you're in the 1%, you should be betting for relationships as much as, actually more than, the people that don't have money. You
Yeah.
really should probably be in a relationship because then your household is stable. Things are stable. It allows you to go out there and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And I get it. Having money gives you a little bit more time sometimes. But also, if you one of them people that's in the top 1%, you feel like you got to grind constantly. Like, you need somebody there that you can trust and be on your side and that you can actually have a relationship with and thrive.
Mhm.
There's a reason why God, I can't really speak on his actual marriage before the
Mhm.
divorce. That Jeff Bezos stayed with his whomever. Like, he didn't not be in a relationship after he got divorced. He stayed with whoever the damn mistress. He's still together with her because now he still has a life partner in a sense.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
just like, there is benefits to having a significant other.
Yeah.
Men have gotten, and women have gotten in certain mind frames where they think people are expendable,
Mhm.
but they crave connection all at the same time. It is
Yeah.
the wildest thing to watch because it's like, yo, if you crave connection, then you running around with this person, that person, you're never gonna have what you're actually craving because you don't trust nobody.
Yep.
But you're not also taking the time out to vet people out to actually
Mhm.
find somebody that you can trust and hang with. It's
Right.
trustworthy people out here.
Mhm.
Y'all just don't know how to find them. And then two, you got the internet telling people what to think, how to date,
Mhm.
what you expectations that are very like aesthetic
Yeah.
that mean nothing at the end of the day. Not
Yeah,
really.
those aesthetic things don't equal substance. They don't equal connection. None of the things that you really need. They
They
don't they
don't.
don't add up to that.
Like, social media made certain lifestyles look glamorous and this, that, and the third. But the people that y'all are looking at that are living in some of these lifestyles, they ain't all the way put together either.
Nope.
Because a lot of them do have mental issues, mental problems. They don't
Mhm.
know where to go, turn to, who to really talk to about it because
Right.
they sitting up there, they sitting on their grind. Or like in Deion Sanders' case, like, I was watching an interview with him earlier, and he was talking about like how when he was at the top of his career, when he really was prime time, and he was bouncing between football and baseball because he played both. He was in the the MLB at a point,
Mhm.
and then he was in the NFL at the same time, basically
Hmm.
because the seasons differ. Um, his career, his kids was basically taken away from him. So at the end of the day, like, also, I'm not saying like part of his kids being taken away from him wasn't his fault.
Right.
Now, what I will say is, he realized in that moment the only people that loved him he had no relationship with at the
Mm.
time. He couldn't see his kids, and he really was ready to take his life because the people that really loved him wasn't in his life. And
Mm.
he was at the height of his career, making as much money because people always like, yeah, the money, the money, the money. I'm getting money. Okay, how you as an individual, you gotta live with yourself after you done them interviews for the day,
Right.
after you done been out here marketing, after you done been in these business meetings, like you still gotta sit with yourself. So at the end of the day, like you don't know what these people struggling through. All you
Nope.
see is the money. The money makes certain things living wise easier. Yes,
Yes.
your bills might be paid, your
Yep.
mortgage is gonna be paid, your rent gonna be paid,
Sure.
whatever it is, because you have the money to do it. Whatever clothes and the shoes and the whatever else it is that you want, the cars, yeah, you can buy all that good stuff. But
Right.
guess what? Like you're still a human being. You got emotions. You got
Mm-hmm.
like people want family. People want connection. If you don't have none of that stuff, like yeah, your mental is tore up now. I got all this money and my mental broken. Now you
Yeah.
up here looking stupid
Right.
with all the money in the world, looking extra dumb,
Yeah.
screaming
That's
at other people like, "Look what I got." Who the hell cares? They come and try to have an interaction with you. You a broken person.
right.
Like that don't even add up.
It doesn't. No. Those things don't equal what you really need in life. They
It
make it
doesn't.
easier though. We're not gonna say don't make it easier, but that's not what you really need.
No, it's not what you need. And we got to be better as a society. Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
And this next couple of 3.5 to 4 years, we about to find out how crazy America really can get in these current day times. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
moving along.
Yep.
Tom Brady crying about a quarterback who that benefited him. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm not gonna tell you what team, what player, because that's irrelevant.
Okay.
Now there was a play that happened, I guess, over this last week,
Okay.
where the quarterback pretty much fake slide. Oh no, it was a late slide. Sorry, it was a late slide, and he got hit, and the defender got hit with the penalty. Tom Brady tried to argue that the quarterback should be getting hit with the penalty, which he is correct in saying. However, part of that rule was put
because of
was
you,
put because of
stupid.
you. All them damn Brady rules they had, bro.
I told you what my father always called him, right?
Cry Brady, probably
Crybaby Brady. He was the most
crying his
crying,
ass quarterback.
whining, and
Because
they
at a
just
point, I did like the Patriots. When the Ravens was going through that, I liked them. They
it
was
just
kind of
was
cool,
it became
but
insufferable at
they
a
were
point.
cool
Like
until he started all that damn whining. I was like, bro, this man really a crybaby. He
right,
could get
like
up
that's
and
my thing. Like you can't don't be whining and crying about it now that it's not benefiting you anymore. Come
now
on
it's not
now.
benefiting you. It can't benefit none of the other
Right.
quarterbacks.
You thought you were gonna take the rules with you when you left? That's not how that works.
I'm not gonna say
You
he was
don't
gonna
get to
take it
pack
with
them
him,
up.
but it was almost like what you saying?
Plus, he's also like going through the most personal right now, so he's just extra
He
crybaby right
probably in his
now.
feels.
Ooh, extra crying.
Hey, look, he took care of that home like he wouldn't have to be worried about that.
Mhm.
But that's a whole
I
debate because
well, isn't that literally what we just? That's literally what we just said. Point proven. That's literally what we were just saying. There you go.
I mean, I get like from the dude perspective, like she should have supported his dreams,
She
but I like
did
she did, and that's
for
where
like
people
2 decades.
don't know women just get up and lead a man she want or she love
Nope.
because
That's a
he
long.
continued on with
That's
his
a
dream.
long time going
No,
before she
they
got
had
there.
I'm telling you, they had a conversation multiple times about him exiting the NFL,
Well,
and it was
they
publicly
publicly said
known
that. Yeah.
that she wanted him at home. He wanted to be retired. And also, y'all got to remember, this woman had a career before him. And I'm not saying when you get married, like, you should drop everything. She wanted to raise her kids, but she also wanted her husband. And I'm pretty sure they had other things in mind and that she was supposed to be doing at this time and going on about her life. She wanted to be in a marriage. And on football season, you got to think, Tom Brady was getting older. This man could have literally had a life-threatening injury at some point, or one that really could have hindered him or disabled him at a point. He was just getting older. She didn't want her man getting hit like that, cracked up, I guarantee.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's one of them like, yo, you made a promise to your wife and you broke it. She wasn't here for the BS.
Right, and then
Don't
wasn't it said like publicly that part of it was he was going to step back so she could go back to her career, she could step back in?
That's what I was saying. Like, people, y'all don't know what be said behind closed doors. That was one of the things.
Yeah, like that was said publicly that like he was going to step
Or
back
the
so she
fashion in
could.
general. I don't even think it was back going to modeling or anything. But like at the end of the day, like y'all not in these people marriages. Y'all don't know what conversations is being had.
No.
He ain't playing it. But notice he ain't playing the victim either. He's not playing it because if that was the case, he would already came out and said what it was. he knew he messed up. He messed
He
his marriage
definitely
up. That's
messed that
why he's
up.
taking it that hard. Like sometimes, like it means more to women for you to actually act on what it is that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, he loved that game. No, he stayed in that game longer than way past what his prime was. He
Yeah.
could have retired. He wanted to come back
He
and
wanted to keep winning rings.
doing all that
He wanted
extra.
more rings. That's all.
Like, and I get he loved the game, but like, let's love the game. Man, somebody that hired him as like an offensive coordinator or something, or QB coach or whatever. Like,
Someone is probably going to eventually, but
sometimes when you got certain things going on in your household, bro, your wife keep telling you, and I guarantee you she shut down past a
oh,
point. Like, damn, like you really ignored what we had going on
probably,
in our house
probably,
because you wanted to do this.
yeah.
Cool. What he showed there was football meant more to him than his family.
Ooh,
At that point,
I bet
that's
that's a hard pill
exactly
for
what
him to
he said.
swallow now.
That's what he showed her, and that's fine. He can love football more than he loved his family. You see where he at now, by himself, and that woman went out here got a whole nother family. People like she cheated on him. She did not. She didn't.
She did not have to
She
have
did not.
cheated on
She
him to
did
have
not
moved on.
mess with that dude until that divorce was in the works. Let that go.
Yeah, and now you sitting at home on Sundays watching football, crying because they're upholding the rules that you. Shut up, shut up.
First of all, it could have been a right message. It just came out of the wrong mouth. Like right message, wrong mouth.
Oh, that could be too.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so
Oh.
so have you heard about like a lot of the? I don't know if NBA players go through this too, but I would say it probably is something similar.
Okay.
After they retire, a few years after they're done,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them go broke. Like a good percentage of them.
I've heard about it.
Like I don't, and I feel like this is lack of money management.
It's, first and foremost, I think that's mostly
That's
that's
it. But
mostly it.
also like things like the more money you make, the more you're gonna spend. So that's
Right.
understood. That's understandable. I
Uh-huh.
get that. My
But
thing is this: them chains, all them cars. Like you got you a nice car, you got your nice chain. Stick with that for a
right.
while. Um, and I get like investments and stuff like that. Like you really, any investment is really a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Which means like you gotta have the right financial advisors. Like you gotta shop around people to get you,
Yeah.
especially because this ain't nothing you normally been getting. Now I feel like some of the athletes coming in the NFL now might be a little bit, seasoned when it comes to getting the money because the NIL deals for some of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be used to getting it. Hopefully they didn't go broke off the NIL deals. But they're gonna have to figure it out because it and on top of that, for a lot of them that graduate, they got degrees and stuff like that. Those degrees past a certain point, like you ain't been in the working world no way. So I know you're not about to be a football player now. You about to go over there and go into finance. So you about to go over there and go into communications. Maybe journalism for some of the ones that retired. That's why a lot of them take those jobs where they announcers and stuff like that. That makes sense. But like I feel like you gotta learn how to invest and you gotta learn how to do it early, especially because football is not guaranteed. Like, you can have a career-threatening injury easily.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
than a lot of the other sports.
That's like a lead into what I was thinking. So if your way of making money, right? If your profession is based off of your physical ability, there will come a point naturally where that's going to start to be not as easy as it was, right? Even if you don't get hurt, the body is naturally going to slow down at a point. You're not going to be able to rebound as fast. You're not going to be able to play. You're not going to be able to recover. There's a lot of things that's going to happen, even if you don't get hurt. You have to prepare for the point where you can't rely solely on the physical play anymore. Like I feel like that is something that like athletes should have figured out young. Like I don't understand why these young kids aren't think. Okay, you can.
I don't want to say it's young because even if you look at
But
like
if
a lot of the players
like what you were saying, if you don't set yourself up when you're young for those long term things, right? Like if you're not thinking about it when you're young, it's too late to think about it when it's time to retire because you've already done blown through what you were making when you were playing.
Yeah, because a lot of them they get paid game by those checks
Mm,
come, game by game or week by week or
right.
whatever. So those checks are split up. It's not like they just get millions of dollars dropped in a lump sum a
Yeah,
month
not all. Some of them
in
do,
their
but not all
accounts.
of them do.
No, not all of them do. It depends on what you making.
Right.
Some of them are getting $1 million checks when they walk into the locker room every week. Some of them not.
Right.
It
And
depends.
for those of you,
Everybody signing one is different.
right. I don't know. I
So you got to keep that in mind.
also we need more. Like I think too. So I'm not as big of a sports fan. I'm not as knowledgeable as she is. However, even I have noticed like there's a not a resurgence, but there's like a brand new surge of parent mom managers. Those mom managers are not playing
Nah,
with these young
thanks to
kids.
Lamar's mom, because
Lamar's
Lamar's
mom.
mom she got that thing rolling on that.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
like I
Like
feel like Flau'jae is the same way. Her
right.
mom started out as manager, is in third, whatever. Um, so
Like you have to
it's
have the right setup. You have to know who to have. And then like there comes a point where okay, so like there might come a point where like Lamar's mom right now, she's holding it down, right? There could potentially be a point one day where she knows this is going above her head. So you help find the right person. It's like they're
but
going
she also seems like she gonna keep getting educated further and
yeah,
further as
she
she goes
definitely
along.
does. But like if we're
Um,
going to use her as an example, you know what I mean? Like if there ever is a moment like I can imagine where she's like this is above me, she's not going to hesitate to say, "You know what? We're going to find someone else who can help us with this because I'm not fitting to mess it up now." Like I think there's been a brand new surge of actual caring adults because a lot of these are young kids when they sign these contracts and get started. Like I think we need more of that. We need more involvement from those who just have a lot more life sense and life experience than the young kids do.
yeah, but I feel like some of them also surround themselves with yes people outside
Oh,
of just the
for
family.
sure.
So it's just like, nah, you can do that, you can do this, you can do it, whatever it is.
Yes, people who are benefiting from it because you buying them shit too. So you're surrounding yourself with people who are benefiting off you spending money on them. How are they going to help you in the long run? Like for real?
I don't know.
I don't
Get
know.
better circle. Get you a better circle. I
Yes,
mean, I guess
please.
that's the main point. Get you a better circle. All right. So
Hmm.
here we go. Hoodmen and street men.
Okay.
A, a lot of them. I'm not gonna say a lot of them. A lot of the DL population
Oh.
that are
Oh.
hoodmen and street men, it's a lot. It's harder for them to come out. That's why there's an abundance, more of an abundance of the ones that are in that lifestyle to come out because they have the pressures of not coming out,
Right.
especially when it comes out to the black community. But like for most of them,
Right.
a lot of them hanging there, they be on the DL, and
Mhm.
it is wild because it's like, yo, you fitting to be on the DL, but y'all not thinking about the risk that y'all putting these women that y'all pretending to be with or in relationships with at risk for some things.
Yeah.
Um, and also showing that you really don't care about them. You don't even really care about yourself
Yeah.
because you sneaking around doing whatever.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Um, but it was just a topic that was floating around TikTok, and I was like, "Huh, interesting."
See, you
You
know
wouldn't
what's
even think about that, but it makes sense. That's why a lot of them get locked up and keep moving back to prison because they can't do what they want to do out in the streets.
um yeah, I would agree. You know what's crazy though? Y'all would think, right? If you sitting here listening to us, you watching our videos, I would have came across our TikToks is on whole different feeds. I haven't seen nothing about that at all. Not a thing have I seen. You talking about it's going around where? Like I'm telling it's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't seen nothing about this to pop up yet. Now, but you know what happens inevitably? A week from now, I'm gonna see it because I've come across a couple of the story times you've mentioned,
Right.
like a week or two later.
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh, this is the one she was talking about on the podcast. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, be on the road. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, ladies, be careful out there with who you
Yeah.
dating, because some of them are very good at covering it up because they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Um, and don't get yourself hurt or
Yeah.
worse in a predicament where you're putting yourself at risk for a lot of things, health
I
things,
would say no when
potential fights with get in a fight with a guy that's
I was
because some of them do fight women.
I was gonna say know when to walk away, but it's not know when to walk away. It's know when to just be quiet and walk away. Because it's not always worth saying what you gotta say or running your mouth. Like self-preservation is a thing. You sound like you talking to the baby. Self-preservation.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I want y'all to be safe out there.
Yeah.
Get yourself caught up in nonsense.
No.
Especially those of y'all that live in Atlanta and DC. Because there's a lot of them that are in the population. A lot of them are out there, but then there's a lot of them that's DL and they move there because they can roam freely to a certain extent and still live an undercover lifestyle. So those are the main two places. I'm not saying they don't happen everywhere because it happens all over the place.
Yeah, but I feel like notoriously
they like the gay capitals of wherever, and possibly even like a New York, and definitely like a LA or whatever. So just keep your eyes peeled for stuff.
Yeah,
that's all I can tell you.
Mm.
But anywho.
That's all the randoms for this week. I'm telling y'all, you started off with this was the most random start we've ever had. If y'all go back and run these, that's the most random start ever.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think that's the most random start we've had so far.
Randomness.
No, the bar has been raised and she gonna jump over it in a couple weeks.
Probably. Probably. You never know.
You never know with us.
Absolutely not. Just let us know how y'all feel. About any of these topics.
Respectful comments.
Yeah, respectfully.
Right, anyway, respectfully.
Like,
comment,
share,
subscribe,
hit that notification bell. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.